So congratulations, man. 2 identical times, 15:18 each. Why don't you tell us
Yeah,
about them?
that's pretty weird. I feel like I had a handful of small mistakes on each run in very different places. And then I had stuff in each run that went really well. Like I think in the first run, I golded stage 2 and nosedived on stage 3, and I think it was almost like the opposite in the other run. But I mean, I feel like before this, I was doing some practice and ended up with a 14:58, the sub 15 I've been looking for. So getting like 15:18, at, 20 seconds off of PB twice in a row, I'm feeling really good about that.
Yeah, in that first race, it definitely seemed like you messed up a little bit more than the second race. Second race, you were
Okay.
hesitating. I think it was in 3-1 at the pirate ship. Looked like you were trying to bait out maybe the mouse throwing the anvil.
Yeah, that first mouse, if the anvil doesn't despawn, then I have issues.
Yeah, and then Buzz flew through that section, and that actually brought him very close to you at the time. But he took a weird death, and then died several times during the course of the run. So
I see.
yeah, so that actually brought him way back, and I guess he's a little bit flustered. He didn't finish. He normally, I think this is his first forfeit. First, I wouldn't even say
Might be.
forfeit. Just first time he's abandoning a race in the tournament.
Yeah, because I mean his PB is like 16:02 or whatever, and that is it's a totally decent time based on times people have been posting.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say that Buzz's time is pretty good compared to everybody else who's been posting times. And Arma posted a sub 20 in the first race, which again, it's not necessarily bad. Especially that's like seems to be for everyone's first milestone is getting that sub 20. And then if you're going to really practice this game hardcore thereafter, then it's going to be sub 18, sub 16, like you and FAP and I guess Buzz and Coach have been doing.
And I feel like there's even a gap to you look at the leaderboard, then it goes down into like straight into like 13.
Yeah. Where do you think you can save the most time?
That's a good question. I feel like I'd have to study some of the runs. I know there's a verbal strat for stage 4 that's supposed to be faster, but yeah, I'm not sure where else.
I believe that's what FAP does. I think he said Plucky for 1, 2, 5, and 4 and 5, and Furball for 3 and 6. But I would have to play the game myself and try this out.
Have you done a playthrough yet, Larry?
I have not done a playthrough yet. No.
Get on it, man.
I have to. I have to get on it. I mean, I am doing a lot of other like I'm in a Final Fantasy VI tournament, Kane at Narsh, that
Sure.
I'm also avoiding practicing. So
Ah,
there's yeah. I mean, like I'm leaderboard of procrastination right now. It's great. I want to see how long I can go doing absolutely bare minimum while still maintaining like all the other requirements I'm supposed to be doing at the same
the
time.
layout and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah, the layout was a little bit more of like not revealing it until it happened kind of thing.
Oh, okay,
But
that's fair.
but I was tinkering with it a little bit here and there, positioning of characters, and there's a nice ending scene at the end that's pretty good. I don't know where Buzz is right here.
Looks good.
Okay, he's in and ready. But are you ready? You pulled up. Are you ready to call this action with me?
I need to grab Armageddon stream. Armageddon time.
Yes. It's there's an underscore in it. It's very hard to
Very
yeah, he made it. He made it like I'm gonna give him a little bit of the business. He made his name like the worst possible name for you to type it into any sort of
it's all right.
enter it anywhere. No, we'll give him the business because
Okay.
I even have it.
I got him up now. You'll just have to tell me if I'm like way ahead or behind.
I gotta tell you,
live streamer. So
I'm not even going to know myself.
I got them both starting right now. So.
Yeah, me too. So Buzz is...
we gotta be pretty close.
I'll tell you when somebody gets a balloon. Armageddon Time just got the heart balloon. Buzz skipped it, and Buzz is going to grab the Plucky Duck right now, the Toon around right there.
Yeah, I think I'm maybe 2 seconds behind you or something. So.
That's fine. I mean, we had a lot of trouble syncing early on because I had your stream open for such a long amount of time that I think the buffers caused an issue. And
right, so I was like way behind in terms of...
Yeah, and then I tried to, do a little bit of manual maintenance on it as well, and it kind of went away from me. And put it this way, by the time you finished in IRC, when I saw your dot done, you were still on like collecting stupid idiot dodo birds on the restream. It was great.
Yeah, I noticed after I finished, I pulled up your stream and I was just starting stage 6, so it was
it's great.
1 stage buffer.
So why don't you tell us about a few of these mechanics as somebody who's played the game before? What ultimately do you want to do? I mean, how hard is it to do the slide mechanic, and like how much time are you really saving when you do it?
Well, so it's a lot because I think you're moving probably twice as fast if you do that slide jump. And yeah, maintaining momentum is like the big key to this game. Buzz not going for the wall clip here.
He did not do it.
That's one thing that went well for me. I think I got it second try and then first try. So
yeah, he did not even attempt it in your race either. I don't even know if he really...
Yeah, if you haven't practiced it, I mean, it's not really worth... I mean, you're saving 5-7 seconds maybe, I bet.
I'll go out on a limb and I'll say that you and Fap are probably the only two who do it. And then like JSR, when he knows about it, whenever anybody informs him about it or when he sees it, he'll probably start practicing to do it as well.
You think Eon will learn it too?
Perhaps. I mean, it depends. Eon does get a little bit busy with Sakura Tetris and other stuff as well, the baby game. So I don't know how much time she's been dedicating to practice, but...
But yeah, momentum is the big thing, and part of why it's a struggle for people to learn is so you have to have some speed, and then you hit down to slide, and then you can jump out of your slide. But then if you hit left or right while you're in the air, you go back to normal speed. So you have to slide jump and then release the D-pad to keep your speed up.
Oh, so even holding right when you slide jump, you don't jump with faster speed. You just jump with normal speed.
Yeah, you'll launch with the full speed, but then once it picks up your holding right again, you'll slow way down. So,
have you watched the tests on this, and what do they do that's different than what the world record does?
I think I've watched it way back. I haven't watched it since we started this season. I'll have to look at that, but one thing I see like Buzz trying to do here is there's this weird slide mechanic in the water. The water physics are terrible. But if you're on the ground and you hit A and then down, it will give you like a slide mechanic, which seems unintentional, but it's also fast.
So in this Elmira stage that Buzz is doing right now, where he's just waiting out the timer and then he's going to start walking at 1:54 for the door to open at 1:52 left on the game clock, you bring Elmira to the right and then back to the left as well. Is that just to kill time, or is there a specific reason why you would do that?
Well, so it's not a fixed pattern. She chases you, but you can lead her. You know, she follows you. So whichever direction you are, she'll run that way. And then if you jump and stay in one place, she'll stop right underneath you. So you can put her where you want her, and then you can practice so that you say, okay, I need to move her across, kite her across the screen 3 times, and then the door will appear.
Right. Because it looked like the door opened for Armageddon Time a little bit later than it did for Buzz.
No, the door is a fixed time.
Is it? Okay.
The load, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like, but well, maybe they started the stage with different timers.
That could be.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't know
not sure.
if it carries over
Yeah,
stage from stage.
I wasn't using a timer cue.
Yeah, it looked
I
like
just lead her the same direction every time. There's like the one where you let her go left, and then to the right wall, and then the door will appear. You just stand next to her, and the door will appear before she moves again.
Right. Yeah.
And it looks scary, especially because if she catches you, it's effectively instant game over. Start the whole stage over again.
Is it start the whole stage over again, or is it start -2 over again?
No, whole stage.
Whole stage. So
you go back to 3-1 or 2-1 or whatever.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, disrespects lives entirely.
Well, speaking of disrespecting lives, Buzz had a little bit of a hang up there on the pirate ship, right where you did with the mouse with the anvil. He got hit. He had to go back up for the heart, and then didn't get hit again. He did get hit once this stage as well, this particular stage, and then had to go down there and grab the heart. And he's having a little bit of trouble with the momentum.
Yeah. I mean, if you run into a wall or something, you lose it. You can get that full momentum, that full slide jump off of a one-tile, platform, but it's a little bit tricky. Buzz is coming up on the screen. This I messed up, or maybe you just finished the screen. The second tree screen, I messed up in both my runs. Oh yeah, there's a way you can fly across the top of the whole stage here.
Yeah.
It looks like no, Buzz didn't quite get it.
He didn't get it in your race either, and then died to that evil tree spitting the bats.
Yeah, in the first race. Yeah, I think I fell down a pit. But yeah, just being able to fly over that whole screen is nice, but it's a blind jump because the tops of the trees are above the top of the screen. I mean, you can land on them. But yeah, you see Buzz is just going to stand next to her right there, and that's very consistent.
Armageddon time doesn't go for the full jumps either. So interesting, the tree didn't spit out the bats there. It was probably because there were other sprites on the screen. I wonder if that
Yeah, the other bats.
Yeah.
It does run into Sonic the Hedgehog. Or I guess it would be Shadow, right? Shadow is the black one?
Yes.
Black Hedgehog?
I think so. The one with the gun. In one of the games, I believe.
That's sort of unfamiliar territory. Back when I'd go to a friend's house and play, it was Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. That's all you had for characters.
Hey, back in my day, it was just Sonic.
Just Sonic, yeah.
But see, Buzz is doing a little bit better now. I wonder if there was a little bit of just like, because he was practicing it before the race. I wonder if there were just a little bit nerves knowing he had to do everything to have a chance to beat you or to contend against you, or if he just had a bad game. We'll ask him that. He's going to join us.
It could be. I mean, he stopped into my chat earlier and was congratulating me on my times, but maybe that was a psych out.
Armageddon time takes a death there. Well, let chat answer this question. Did Buzz just have a bad game, or did Buzz feel the pressure? You let us know. Hashtag Buzz sucks, or hashtag Buzz doesn't not suck. Let us know what your answer is in chat, please.
I do see, watching Buzz, I do see something I'm doing wrong. The one fight where the whatever animal it is comes dropping out of the cave at you. I'm waiting 3 cycles there, and Buzz was doing a 1 cycle.
Yeah, Buzz hit him once in his race against you, and then the second time he just jumped right into the pit.
Into the pit. Yeah, that's a scary thing in that that boss fight.
So we got one.
It's random where he's gonna drop. I mean, you can see if he's gonna drop on the left or right side, but then if he drops close to the hole or far away is random.
So we got one vote for Buzz Sucks, one vote for Buzz Blunder, another one for BuzzThunder Thighs, and another one for Buzz Doesn't Not Maybe He Kinda Sucks, which I think is our first quintuple negative of the evening. But there is what you're talking about before. Armageddon is doing the 3-cycle kill.
I will have to say with this game there will be a lot of interesting races this season, I think, because the last stage isn't exactly the easiest stage and there are no checkpoints. So I think there could be a lot of comebacks and, turnarounds.
And we do need to say there is a 1-hour time limit on the game. So if you get a couple of racers, not to shoot my own horn here, but I believe the Angry Larry, the Alan Heffley race may come down to who gets to the furthest checkpoint within the hour.
Called for time.
Yeah, we might be called for time. But yeah, cap all races at 1 hour. And it's whoever arrives at the furthest checkpoint first wins. So if somebody gets to stage 6 first, but at the 1 hour time limit, somebody's fighting Montana Max and the other person's still in the first part of the stage 6, it is the person who got the stage 6 first that is declared the winner. And we hope not to see that, but based on initial discussions in chat in the official Discord, it seems like a lot of people either having problems with this game or having problems initially with this game and then finally have a breakthrough.
Yeah, I think maybe it's more difficult than people would have expected.
You have to mash with Plucky when you fly, correct?
You do have to mash to keep flying, but it is not the timing for it isn't very tight. So
it's like Wacky Races.
Yeah, it's like a Wacky Races match, exactly.
Well, Armageddon Time is having trouble on the stage that he had trouble against you with.
Yeah, if you haven't practiced it much, this junkyard screen is actually pretty tough. With this Plucky strat, there's actually like a really pretty safe strat for that screen. Once you've practiced it, it's actually one of the easier screens and not one of the harder screens. But I recall when we played this in Big 20, that was one just learning the game that I hated.
That's it's just like 3 big super jumps, and you just gotta hope you have all the momentum and you're lined up to do it, and you don't jump into the side of the cat.
Well, so if you jump off that first tire, basically you'll land on the first 2 cats and face plant in the third one. So as long as you watch for where that third one's coming, you know where it is in the stage, you can stop a little short.
Right.
Not too bad.
Arma misses the boost for the jump right there, so he's got to go around the long way. Buzz is done with Wacky Land, and he'll be moving on to Mansion now at 13:45. Let's see how that compares with his splits. I got to tell you what, his splits are pretty much minus 3 minutes.
I think he killed his PB or something because he's showing a 20 there, and I know he's got a 16:02.
Yeah, I just noticed that as well. He runs averages.
That's true. I think when he races, he does run averages.
But he does take the death there, and
a couple of those are gold. So
yeah, he takes a death already, and then saved it with a wall jump when he was about to drop down in the pit again.
Yeah.
Arma's at the stage 4 boss.
Now, I have gotten high centered on this wall climb in several attempts in the past, couple of weeks. So Buzz does just fine there, no problems.
Yeah, it's the next set of wall jumps that I saw you practicing. There was one jump in particular you were trying. I don't know if you were trying to find a new strategy or a consistent strategy, or you were just having tons of trouble doing it. But it's the jump coming up here after this first jump, I believe.
I think my issue earlier was in one of the attempts. You know, go to the left wall and then the right wall, and then you kind of have to shoot this gap. Well, in practice earlier, I kind of like clipped through the platform on the right as I was trying to jump left. So then I was like, hey, how did I clip through that platform? So I messed around with it in between runs for a little while.
Buzz has 2 hits on Max. Wasn't getting that much of a favorable pattern from the coins or the gloves or Max himself.
Was getting a little lucky on where the fists were coming out, but that boss is a little bit random, and I've lost some runs there myself. But
and speaking of fists, Buzz is now done with the race. He'll move on to 1-1 in the Furball division. Link Sevens is 2-0. Armageddon Time is 0-2, and JSR is 0-0. He chose not to race.
Yet to race. I believe he has one scheduled for like Saturday.
Yeah, I believe it's Saturday against Buzz in the afternoon, I believe. But yeah, there you have it. I don't know if it is a PB. We'll have to ask Buzz. He was running against averages, and here he is now. Congratulations, Buzz.
Thank you.
Let's do the good news first. You had a really good race there. Chat wants to know if that was a PB or not because you were running against averages.
That was a PB. Yeah, my previous PB was 16:02, so that was 10 seconds off my PB.
Nice.
Yeah, and I had a bad death in there too. I think it was only 1 or 2 deaths. I don't remember. One at the end.
Yeah, it was on the first part of the stage 6. You didn't lose a lot of time because you weren't that far in the stage anyway. But yeah, you got fired up after that first race. You want to talk about what happened there in the first race?
I don't know what happened. I died twice at spots where I never die, and just got angry, and I knew I was done for. And then once Link was done, I mean, he put up an incredible time, and then I was just like, well, whatever, I'm just going to call that one a wash and try to forget about it. So thanks for bringing it up.
Yeah, well, I mean, like that's kind of my job.
No,
So
I
we'll do
understand
it.
that is your job, but
Well,
yeah,
I mean, I didn't talk about.
I was tilted, man. I was tilted.
Well, I mean, when you watch this back, you'll be okay with losing because I didn't bring your name up until like the 45-minute mark. When actually,
Okay,
I didn't say your name until you beat Armageddon Time. Honestly,
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, I was concentrating mostly on Link and Armageddon Time, so I thought that's how you had to do it. Ignore one
Okay.
runner and talk only about the other runner.
Yeah, I like that. That's fine.
No, we talked plenty, or I talked plenty about you dying 800 times in that run. But so moving on to 1-1, you have JSR on Saturday. That is going to be your last race before whatever brackets you guys may fall into. What are the points? Even though you PB'd, where can you feel like you can save more time?
I'm new to the plucky thing, honestly, because when I PB'd, I was doing the furball, and then I realized that there's a lot of things that are easier for plucky. So 4-3 for sure to get that right, and what's the other one? 3-2 and 3-3. Yeah, those are all the tricky ones where plucky makes you go a little bit slower. You kind of have to go through everything, but yeah, I mean, I could do a lot of fine tuning, but I mean, if I can put together a deathless run, I could be right there with Link, because my sum of best right now is 1451.
So we have Armageddon Time on Montana Max right now. So you used to use Furball in the tree stages, right?
Yeah, again, I was just doing the watching the Hyrexin runs, and I was like, oh, well, he does that, I'm going to try that, and that's what I was doing, and I saw everybody doing that until Link was talking about using plucky, and I was like, well, and I tried it, and I was like, oh, that's so much easier, especially on, I don't know why I was using furball on Wacky Land. Plucky is just huge in Wacky Land, makes that so much easier.
Yeah, you can just pretty much glide over everything. Armageddon Time took a took a death to Montana Max, hit him twice, and then got airborne several times more, where Montana Max wasn't coming out of the door waiting for him, and eventually took a boxing glove to the face. But he presses on here.
I had a rough Max too. He kind of cycled a bunch of times and kept hiding on me in the gloves. That's one of the bad RNGs in this game, where the gloves just won't be in the right location.
Yeah, you had some really wonky timing in that fight.
Yeah. Yeah, and then if he gets, I don't know if it's based on when you hit Max, but then he'll get kind of like out of cycle with the glove pattern and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong there.
I did end up with Darth Vader in that second race.
Yeah, you did. You had Link
the
7's
first time even in practice.
Wow.
Link 7's had 77 carats.
Although it wasted less time than I thought. I think I lost like 12 seconds.
Yeah, that was the difference between your first run and the second run. The first run, you took a number of deaths. Second run, you had Duck Vader that you had to get out of. But I don't know.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, the first time I saw Duck Vader, I was watching BGT practice this game. And because he's hilarious watching him practice these tournament races. And just his reaction to every little thing in the game, it just makes the practice worth it. And like that just stage came out of nowhere. I wasn't ready for it, and I watched him. Like this was his third or fourth like streamed playthrough, so I've seen a couple of them. I saw other people doing it, and all of a sudden that stage came out of nowhere, and like his reaction to it was great. He had no idea what was going on. He tried to win it. It was he lost obviously because he's BGT, and that was it.
Yeah, I tried the first like few times I ran into it. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try to win this, but it's not easy, and I don't even know what the reward is. I think somebody said it in chat. It's like 3 lives.
Yeah, Sam Peelan said it was 3 lives, but Armageddon time is done. He finished up with a time of 21 minutes 41 seconds, and he joins us now. Armageddon time. Hello.
Woo! Hey.
So congratulations on finishing the game twice.
Congratulations on finishing the game, period.
Finishing the game, period. How does you don't run with a timer, but how do these stack up with your practice attempts?
Well, the best I'd ever had was 19 minutes and 58 seconds. So the first one was actually a personal best.
Nice.
And this one, I had some difficulty. I'm not sure where I had the difficulty, but I think it's more of an overall encompassing. I was just slow.
Now, do you think that's because you're Canadian, or do you think you were doing some things wrong inside the run?
Oh, being Canadian definitely has something to do with it because we run on a slower time here. So you're probably reading it at a much quicker pace than I am.
Well, you go around there's less distance for the circumference of the Earth in your area than it is
Yes.
in our area. We have to travel greater time. But if you had to rub something into an American's face that Canada has or has in abundance that America doesn't, what would it be?
Free healthcare.
That's a low blow right there. I'm thinking Tim Hortons or like real maple syrup, and you just come out with healthcare. Wow. Like I'm your friend here. I'm just trying to set you up, trying to get you out of here on a good note, and damn.
Well, I mean, you said something to rub into Americans' face.
I didn't mean me. I meant Buzz and Link. Like you made that personal.
Yeah. I thought he was going to say Gordon Lightfoot.
I really thought he was going to say a person or like, some like whatever, like stereotype trope or something.
All right, can we retcon this? We got Rush. There you go.
That's pretty good.
Like, what do you feel about Rush?
Great band.
Wonder if CF would have a problem with Rush. I remember CF 207, by the way, who probably lost to Dig Shake tonight in Zelda 2. Dig Shake was listening to something or made a reference that was like a 70s band reference, and CF, who normally doesn't chat too much, just absolutely popped off about 6 and 2 and 24 and 1. Or I don't know what the hell he was talking about, but it was one of the songs. Chicago. It was Chicago. And
well, yeah, I remember that.
Or 624.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're going for.
Yeah, something like that. He just it was everyone's time in this tournament like combined together. And he just went nuts. It was like, wow.
like a secret message or something?
No, it was just like, Dick Shake liked the song or like the band, and this guy who really doesn't say too much in people's chat other than like, hanging out, saying hello, and being an overall nice guy, just absolutely tore into whatever Dick Shake was talking about. It was pretty funny.
He's very anti-Chicago for some reason. I do remember that. I think I was there.
That came.
Did he go there and somebody hurt him emotionally?
I don't know. I don't know if he had a bad time at a concert. I mean, I can ask him if he's here, but he's probably not. BGT started a Zelda 1 randomizer re-race. The soft lock race happened 90 minutes ago, and he's probably about 2 Triforces in right now. So.
How long until he soft locks? Is there like a poll going on?
It's too soon for that, man. You're just want to insult everybody right now, don't you?
I've had a bad day, and I need to unleash a little
Why don't you lay down on the couch? Let's talk about it. You want to vent a little bit?
Well, let's see. I had to start taking these new antibiotics, and they weren't working, so I had to go to the doctor to get some new antibiotics, and they interact with my eye drops very badly, and they told me that it slows down the ability of my inhalers, so everything is just completely out of whack.
I mean, they might as well just take icy hot direct to your balls right now, is what you're saying.
I don't know if it has so much to do with my balls. But...
Well, I mean, you always have to you go to a dentist, you have to turn and cough, right?
Excuse me?
Buzz, that never happened to you?
At the dentist?
Yeah.
No, sorry. No, yeah. I just, I came to from the gas and my shirt was untucked.
I don't know. Looking at my dentist, I wouldn't mind turning and coughing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Hey, I'm keeping it PG.
Clean it up a little bit. Free healthcare, and then you're going to start saying stuff like that?
That way you can go to the dentist as much as you want.
I know, right? No wonder you developed the crush. You can go there 72 times a week.
Hey, man, you don't want me to go PG-13.
Like, how many times has somebody with their free healthcare have gotten like a restraining order because they've gone to the doctor too many times?
You can go as many times as you like, and there will be no restraining order.
Link, how's curling going? Maybe Link's not there. Armageddon time. Have you ever curled?
I have gone curling before, actually, and it's incredibly boring and stupid.
Wow, I won't talk to you then. I'll talk to Link Sevens.
We won this week, and we went out, drinking.
Good curling. But did you watch the finals, the men and women's finals of the European Curling Championships? It was Sweden versus Norway in both the men and the women's side.
Oh, yeah? I did not catch that, no.
It is probably replaying on the Olympic channel, if you do have that.
Larry, do you ever watch the Tournament of Hearts?
What the hell is the Tournament of Hearts?
That sounds Canadian.
It's one of the biggest curling tournaments that ever goes.
Did you know how much curling I get in New York? I have to watch the one championship of the year on the Olympic Network that I just found out I had 2.5 months ago. And then every 4 years I get curling on the Olympics.
Have you ever heard of Sandra Schmirler?
Jennifer Jones.
Okay.
Is my favorite. How's that? Did that shut you up?
A little bit.
All right, there you go. We just slapped it right in your face there.
One of them, like NBC Sports or somebody has been doing like a curling night thing lately. So there's been some on, actually.
Well, it's got to be very close to the Winter Olympics or very soon thereafter to the Winter Olympics, and then you forget about it for another 2.5, 3 years, and then it will be back on TV again. I can't guarantee that it's not on some of the higher up, quote unquote, like cable sports channels during the year, but to find it, you've got to be like actively typing curling into an online calendar, like every week.
It's the kind of sport you got to know the ins and outs going into.
Right, because like every major championship sport, I mean, like even figure skating, let's say, something that's really, like people, it has a decent fan base, but nobody really gets into it until the Olympics or the Olympic trials. At least once a year, you can find figure skating on TV because there's the World Championship. And like NBC will always find a place for it.
Your thoughts on Highlight?
Highlight, you always bet one.
Okay.
And then, like, you watch it, and if a guy gets nailed in the junk, you bet them the next time they're out on the court. Because the game is so fixed.
They want it more.
It's a fixed game. Have you ever watched it?
I have watched Highlight.
Buzz, is there highlight in your area?
I've never seen I know what it is, but I've never seen it on TV or in person. No.
When I'm at the Palm Beach Kennel Club in West Palm Beach, Florida,
This guy.
they simulcast all the horse racing. They have the live dog track. I think we talked about the dog track once, Buzz. And then they have highlights simulcast as well. So I always tried to bet it. I always tried to do the exacta. And it never works because they're all a bunch of cheating assholes, and they fix the outcome of every game.
Exacta on highlight. Okay.
Well, yeah, because what happens is teams 1 and 2 start, right? And then whoever scores the point wins the point, and then the other team goes off, and like team number 3 will come in. And it's first to X many points. I forget what it is. Like first team to so many points wins, and then I think they play to second place or whatever. Something like that. So, yeah, it's like king of the court, kind of almost, except for the fact that they cheat. And they can catch the ball, and then they miss the ball. It's horrible. It's worse than football, the fix.
Oh, well. I'm not the betting type.
Armageddon,
At least with money.
if there was one sport you could play professionally, what would it be?
This is going to be a weird one, but goalball.
What?
You made that up. It has to be a real sport.
It's the one sport I got the closest to ever being professional in.
Is that where you stand on the opposite end of the pool as your brother, and you get this big, huge blow-up ball, and then you throw it at each other, and you can only protect your junk, and you guys sit there and take it, and then you just kind of do that until like you get bored?
Is that some MXC game or something?
It's called Stupid Ball, and you got to find like this big, like 36-inch round inflatable ball, and then you stand on the opposite ends of the pool, long way, like not short way, long way, and just heave it at your brother as hard as you can. And the only thing if it coming at your face, you can't dodge. The only thing you can do is you can hold your junk, and you just got to take it.
No, goalball takes place on a basketball-sized court, and there's 3 members to each team, a center and 2 wingers, and you throw a ball down the court, and you have to slide across in order to block it from going into your net. But the trick is you're blindfolded, and there's bells inside the ball. It's an Olympic sport.
Link 7's real sport or a fake sport? You make the call.
Well, I've seen there was like a documentary on Murder Ball, but I haven't heard of this one.
Murder Ball was like the rugby wheelchair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. BuzzThunder, more of a sport, goal ball or square dancing?
I'm gonna have to go with goal ball. Sounds
ballroom
more
dancing?
impressive, but I did
Square
use
dancing would be like a competition.
Square dancing is fun.
Yeah.
At least I thought it was fun when I was 6 years old.
Right. Well, I mean, when you're in high school and you got a cute girl you're partnered with, it's a ton of fun. When you have to dance with somebody you don't like, then why the hell is this a sport, man? Why are we playing this in gym class? You can get all high on your horse there, but yeah. Well, I mean, there you go. There's our tournament. Any last words or thoughts? Anybody?
I'm probably going to be giving my last words very soon. This is an extremely competitive game, I realize. I'm a little out of my league, but I'm trying my damnedest.
It's the price you pay for ascending, for floating to the upper deck. By the way, enjoy your first VODs of your race where we actually pay attention to what you do.
Yeah.
It wasn't much, though, because you started losing pretty early, and we ignored you after that. But we, at least one sentence per race, had your name in it. That was in a positive light.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible, but you know what? I'm probably going to know my place, and I'm going to accept it.
Buzz, what about you?
Oh, I don't have much to say. I just hope I can not play like dog shit next time.
You versus JSR is a possible must-win.
It's definitely a must-win if I want to face that asshole Coach Crab.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to look. Don't overlook the guy who just beat you, Link Sevens. What are you going to be working on in the meantime?
That's a good question. I think my first plan is to do some co-op stuff tomorrow, but then the boss of stage, what is it, 2 or 3? 3, I think, with the cave.
Yeah.
Need to go practice that.
Well, good luck to you guys in your last race coming up against JSR, whenever that may be. And thanks for letting me do the triple header.
Thank you very much, Larry.
Thanks for the restream, Larry.